In this video we shall talk about data insertion. In the first task we have to add to the database the following information: that on a given date a subscriber with a given ID has taken a book with some ID and has promised to return it on that given date. After corresponding operation completion, the following record should appear in subscriptions table. In MySQL we have to use the following syntax. We use insert into operator, then we name the table, then we list the fields, and then we list the values. Speaking about auto-incremented primary keys with MySQL, we may put the field here and either null value here or explicit value here. And MySQL will use that explicit value. Or we may even omit this field here at all. In such a case, MySQL will use the next auto-incremented value for the primary key. Another MySQL feature is that we do not need to convert such strings into dates explicitly. MySQL will do it for us and will produce correct dates here. For Microsoft SQL Server we also use insert into operator, we name the table, we list the fields, we list the values, but there is some difference. Here we do not pass primary key at all. You may easily see that there is no SB ID field here. That's because in Microsoft SQL Server this field is an identity field. And we may either allow the DBMS to handle that field itself, or we may allow the insertion of values to identity fields on some table, and then we have to use explicit Unix values here. Speaking about dates, we have to say that Microsoft SQL Server does not require this conversion, but it's good practice for reliability reasons to convert strings into dates explicitly. In Oracle the approach is the same. We use insert into, we name the table here, we list fields, we list values, but we have to remember that this DBMS uses a trigger to produce new values for the primary key. So no matter what we pass here, the trigger will override our value until we disable it. And speaking about dates, we have to say that in Oracle this conversion is absolutely necessary. So we have to use toDate function to transform this string into date with some format. Otherwise this query will fail. In the next task we have to add to the database the following information: that on a given date a subscriber with some ID has taken books with several IDs and has promised to return them on some date. The main idea here is that we have to add several books. So after the completion of insert operation, these records should appear in subscriptions table. To insert several records at once in MySQL we may use the following approach. We also use insert into operator, we name the table here, we list the fields here, and then in values section we have to repeat such block for each new record. With Microsoft SQL Server the idea is the same. We only write this block once, and then we repeat such blocks for each new record. But in Oracle the idea is different. Here we have to use insert all operator, this is how it looks like. Then for each record we have to repeat such a block that contains both the list of fields and the list of values. And for the next record it's the same, and for the next record it's the same also. And at the end of the query we have to use such a specific syntax: select one from dual. This is an Oracle specifics, and without such a line this query will fail. Now let's find out which approach is faster. Imagine that we have to insert 1000 of records. We may either use loop approach when we're inserting one record at a time, or we may use the bulk approach we've just seen for the previous task. And as you may see, for each DBMS this approach is faster, sometimes significantly faster.